Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, welcome back to another episode of the A Cup of Soda podcast. Oh man, how do I miss that? I know it's been a little bit since you guys last saw me. About a week and a half to be precise, as of recording, because I'm actually gonna post this next week. I was gonna post it. Today is actually the 9th of February. But for you guys are gonna see this probably on the 14th or the 13th. I don't know. It's next week for me, but it'll be whatever it is for you. Anyways, this will probably be posted after my music video and another song that comes out, which is Sugar Kisses. So I just want to say I hope you guys enjoyed the music video. I know it's simple. The first music video is pretty simple, and I guess Puppet is also simple. But I promise you guys, the rest of the music videos that's going to be out for this EP won't be as simple. The reason why I decided to make Here I Go simple was actually a sacrifice, because originally there was going to be a bunch of stuff. Like, I was going to be outside. I was going to show off different lighting and stuff like that. But the reason why I kept it simple was actually because I wanted to keep it very in trance, because the EP is basically one big metaphor for a dream and for daydreaming. And I felt like me staring at this static and singing about how it feels like we're constantly going in circles in life, and we're not getting anywhere, and we're all miserable. I felt like that having it that simple was better than showing off all these like cool, nice stuff. So that's why Here I Go was actually simple. Like, that wasn't the original plan for that music video. But anyway, this episode is not about my music video. I just want to talk about it. This episode is actually about a story time. Now, I know I said I was gonna get drunk, but I want to get drunk, but maybe I will do it with somebody, because I do not want to do it by myself, because I feel like it's more fun when I am shit-faced with other people than being shit-faced alone, because I don't want to be that much of a loser. So much has happened since the last episode you guys saw. And I don't know if I'm gonna talk about it. Originally I was gonna talk about it, but I would just say this. I am starting to discover more of who I am, what I want to be put out there. And some of you guys may know the Under Your Bed podcast is canceled. I don't want to get into reasons why it's canceled, but life is just different, and I'm starting to kind of accept it for what it is. And it sucks a lot, actually. And it took me about the same amount of time, honestly, since the last episode, for me to be okay and reassure myself. And let's just say last year was such a hard fucking year. It was such a fucking hard year. And this year we're only 2 months in, January and February. I felt so much better than I've ever have, especially last year. Last year broke the shit out of me, and this year I'm rebuilding myself, rebuilding who I am, who I want to be, and what I want to put out there. And I'm creating. I'm not only creating, but I'm really finding my style, my voice, and I'm currently making something, and I'm hoping to do it soon. You have no idea. Also, I'm doing reshoots for my series, and so that's why the show's taking forever, and I want it to be done. I'm gonna just try to film all my scenes, well, as many scenes I have that I can do by myself. But eventually I'm gonna need my other actors, and so yeah. But I just wanted to give you guys that kind of update. I really am just discovering myself and finding peace and forgiveness. Even though I can get angry and upset and I just ask why. But then I'm like, it's their life. I can't force anyone to be in my life. I can't beg for people to stay when they don't want to stay. So if you want to go, I guess. But anyways, this episode is not about that, okay? I'm sorry. I'm like, there's just so much that I had to like fill you guys in on. But it's already fucking 6 minutes long. I'm so sorry you guys have been just listening to me ramble. Today's episode is about Newark and like some stories in Newark. So that's what we're gonna talk about. So, when I lived in Newark for 2 years, back in 2018, 2019, and a little bit of 2020. 2018 we moved there. It was a new experience. I'm like, oh my god, we're moving to this new place. You know, I've already been doing YouTube, so you guys got to see the old house, the In Hiding. I call it In Hiding season 1 house. For people who've been watching my channel since In Hiding or even before In Hiding. That house, we moved from that house to the one in Newark. This one was different because it was a 2-story. It was a kind of like a small 2-story. Like, it wasn't like this luxurious 2-story. It was just the living room, kitchen, and then upstairs was all the rooms and the bathroom. And it was cool for a little bit, living there. But then weird shit started to happen. And this started to happen after I got my dog, Tommy. As you guys know, I have a dog, a pit bull named Tommy. Like maybe around my birthday time, like June to July, I believe, there was a fire. Now, this fire wasn't like a normal kitchen or house fire. No. So, what had happened was, one night, I was up with my dog, and my dog was sniffing something. And I'm like, what the hell is he sniffing? Like, he's like sniffing hard. He's on top of me because my dog likes to cuddle with me. And he's like on top of me, and I could feel his whole body breathing. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're just sniffing the air. I didn't smell anything yet. And then I saw light coming from my room. And then I go and I look. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I immediately heard an explosion. Now, I live in the ghetto. And at first I thought it was a gunshot. And I'm like, oh my god. And I'm going to get into why I thought it was a gunshot and stuff like that. But I thought it was a gunshot. I was like, oh, holy shit. So I go and I wake up my parents. It's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I wake them up. And we only heard that one. But we start smelling gunpowder. Or I thought it was gunpowder. So I really thought it was a gunshot. Like, we still thought it was a gunshot, but we smelled gunpowder. But no one was talking. Nothing was happening. No one was screaming. Nothing. We still see lights and, like, weird lights coming in. And we find out someone lit 2 trash cans on fire in the parking lot. And 2 cars exploded. Because the cars were next to the trash can. So the trash can engulfed so much to the point where it got to the car and it blew up the 2 cars. Thank goodness my mom's car was only like 3 cars away, but it was close to also getting exploded too. So those cars, like, this happened twice in just a few days apart. So we were like, who the fuck is lighting trash on fire? Like, someone was really just trying to hurt somebody, I guess, because they're lighting cars on fire. Also, our parking lot was constantly filled with stolen cars because people keep stealing cars and parking them in our our little parking lot situation. Also, you cannot leave any type of thing in your car in that parking lot because someone left their clothes in a suitcase in their car, and their car got broken into and shattered, and the suitcase was out, and there was just clothes in there, and you could just I wish I saw their face because I know that they're mad. I know they're like, wow, we just did all that for nothing because there's only clothes. But also, there was a lot of people breaking into our building. Sorry for the cough. It's my dry throat, and I got a little bit of water left. I should cut that out, but I'm not. So people break into our building, and there's a lot of loitering because they don't belong to that building, and they would be in the building, either taking up the stairways for people to get in. The elevator is fucking shady. Also, there was like homeless people living in like a room that is on the, I think it was like the third floor or something. That's just, it's like a generator room, I guess, or I don't know what the fuck it was. I think it was an office. But it's a room that you could go into, and I guess you could get it. I don't know, but it's closed off, so you can. It's only like a box basically, and some people live there. I don't know. So that happened too. Also, there was always human pee everywhere. Also, there's needles, like drug needles and stuff like that, and it was just disgusting. Not only was it disgusting, but our building, the manager of the building, they didn't give two shits about us and about everything that was going on. They kept sweeping things under the rug. They were paying off people for like the health inspection or like whatever inspection to make sure that everything's working, like our fire alarms and stuff like that. They'll pay them off instead of just fixing what they need to fix, because like there was so many fire hazards. There was just, it was pretty hard to live there. It was a constant fear of just destruction. And actually, I had in total 3 neighbors in the same apartment. Because every time there was a new neighbor, some shit was happening, and almost all of them were domestic stuff. One time I was home, and the police raided next door, like right next to my room. Like I can hear the cops through my wall because the wall's thin. If you guys actually remember, there's not an episode. There's a video where I'm talking about film, and you hear music. That's the kid, or he's not a kid. He's like 25 probably. That was a guy who, he was so inconsiderate, that guy, that, oh my fucking god. It would be fucking 3 in the morning, and the guy's blasting music to the point where it vibrates my side of the wall. And it was so fucking annoying. Like, my mom almost got into a fight with one of them because she was knocking on their wall like, hey, we can hear you. And they were pissed. They were very inconsiderate people, and it was just, And that's why I was so mad when I did that film video, because it was only like, it was 8 in the morning, and I was talking pretty pretty chill. Like, I wasn't talking loud, and it's not like I can hear him when he talks. It's only the music that I hear, and you guys can hear the music in that video. And I was so fucking mad. I'm like, it's 8 in the morning, because he blasts his music all fucking day. So I thought maybe while he's asleep, I can go and make a video. Nope. Anyways, they get raided. Cops take him out. I literally watched. I even filmed it. I'm horrible. I filmed it because it was to show my mom, but yeah. So yeah, police got raided. Like, they raided the thing, took him out. It was just so many times like that happened. Like, the police have came into that apartment. Like, I don't know what it was with that apartment, but they were always doing something. It was always something happening there. Fights have broken out so many times. Someone threatened to shoot my dog. I was just walking him, and I was coming back. He was like, get that dog away from me before I actually shoot him. Like, if he even gets near me, I'm gonna shoot him. I'm like, he wasn't even doing anything. He was just walking. Like, in my head, I didn't say that, but in my head, I'm like, but he wasn't doing anything. Why the fuck would you shoot my dog? And it was just things like that. Like, people were like really threatening my dog, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, I get you're scared of what the fuck. And that's what I said. Like, these people like think they're tough. Like, and half these people don't even fucking live in my building. Like, there's so many like strangers that come and go into my building, and they're not supposed to, because there's like the door to my building. There's a, like, I live outside the building, kind of. Like, we get our own separate thing from inside. While everybody has to go inside a building to get to their apartment, we're in the outside. If you guys have seen my videos, you guys will know what I'm talking about. So I don't know how to explain it. And so there's a door that gets into, so you could get to everybody's apartment. There's a door, and it's locked because you're supposed to live there in order to get in. But people have broken the glass like 5-6 different times. Like, that door has been replaced a million times, and it was just really it was horrible. I didn't like, it's not that I was in fear for my life the entire time I was there. No, I was actually pretty used to all the bullshit that was happening in that building. Like, there was constant like police. Like, I saw police almost every other day. I've seen people screaming and yelling at each other almost every single day. And things like that. But there's been points where I'm like, oh my god, like, there was homeless people living right next to me. They lived in this like storage unit thingy, and they were living there. And this was around the time that my mom actually became the super at one point. Like, she actually was kind of in charge of the building. My mom's really good at making friends, surprisingly. And she was friends with the managers of the building or whatever. And we basically became the supers of the building. So any problems, they came to us. Like, anyone in the building who's been living there longer than we have. We were only there for 2 years and a half. Or actually, no, she became super in 2019. You guys actually, if you guys watch my vlogs and stuff like that, you remember we would like go to other buildings and clean up and stuff like that. It's a whole thing. I don't know how to explain every single thing we were doing, but anyways, they will come to us for any like situation. We actually had to kick out some homeless people, and believe me, you and me, it was not easy. Like, some of them like peed, shitted on the floor, made it very difficult. They would lock themselves in this like other little place in the storage unit part. There's like another door. They locked themselves in there. We had to call the police so that whole thing could be sorted out. And there were just so many like little things like that was just like, oh my fucking god, like, people are so annoying. And I don't know how to explain it, but it was just a lot. Like, it was overwhelming. I remember even when we were doing the cleanup, we actually cleaned up a crime scene. Now, the crime scene was reported. Don't get me wrong, the crime scene was reported. The police captured the killer, and the killer's a kid. That's what's fucking crazy. It was only like, I don't know how far from where I live, but a kid broke into another kid's house, I guess to steal. Like, that was the story. And the kid that lives there and their little brother were watching TV or whatever the fuck they were doing alone in the house. And the kid, I guess out of panic, stabbed the other kid that was home, and stabbed the little brother. And the older kid died. And the other kid was stabbed, but he managed to escape. And the other kid got arrested. I don't know how exactly everything went. Basically, you know, after every crime scene, someone got to clean up the mess, right? Like, the police aren't going to clean up the mess. The police are there to investigate and figure out what the fuck happened and put the person in jail, you know, that stuff. They don't care about all the blood afterwards. We were the ones who cleaned it. So when I tell you, I have pictures, so I don't want you guys to think that I'm bullshitting, because I would never bullshit something like that. The fact that not only did I saw I basically got to see the story, where I saw the blood on the walls, a bunch of blood on the where the doors are. I saw the movement of where they were going and stuff like that. And the fact that it was kids, like they were like maybe 15 years old. Like I've seen some shit. But it was just so fucking sad. I don't know how to explain it, but seeing everybody like doing like living in Newark and just doing things for Newark, I never want to go back to Newark. When I moved, I was so fucking happy because Newark was awful. And over here, it's better, but it's not the best it can be. We still have police coming into the building, people having domestic abuse or something happening. Like there's screaming, fighting, slamming doors, 2 in the morning. That's still happening, so I'm not 100% free from that. Also, a few weeks ago to maybe a month ago, the door to the building, the person who lives there shattered the door because I guess they got locked out and they were like upset. They were fighting, of course. So that keeps happening. Police are still involved. It's the whole thing, guys. Like, but I'm just saying, like, I know how it is. I know how it is to live in the ghetto. I know how it is to have landlords and people, like, who are in charge of the building and your well-being, not giving two shits and would try the cheapest route. They would try the cheapest fucking route to not spend any money on the building, but you have to pay this crazy amount of rent. It's freaking crazy. It's so stupid. It should be illegal, but it's not. But it should be. And I'm not trying to say this like, oh, boo-hoo me, like, I live in the ghetto or whatever the heck. No. I'm just saying, like, what? Like, it's fucking crazy. And I thought it was, like, an interesting story to talk about because I feel like not that many people would know because, you know, I don't talk about this. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, another day, another door shattered in my house or anything like that. And I'm not saying, like, oh, I'm afraid for my safety or anything like that. You know, that's why we got a pit bull, you know, that's why we got a dog. Like, a lot of people who do these kind of, like, crimes and things like that are scared of my dog. And that's how I know, like, who I should, like, stay away from is whoever my dog doesn't like. Because my dog loves pretty much everybody. Like, my dog loves people. But he has his moments where he will growl and, like, just be nasty to certain people. And I'm like, okay, so those are people I should stay away from because Tommy, he loves attention. Like, my dog loves fucking attention. So, my dog knows who to hate and who not to hate. Like, my dog's pretty smart when it comes to that. And yeah. Is there anything else? I probably forgot a bunch of stuff, but I feel like I give you guys the rundown of exactly what I'm talking about. Next episode, I'm not sure what I want to talk about for the next episode. I don't know if I should do the drinking game. I'm going to see what I can do. Like, next episode is a mystery to me because I don't even fucking know. I have a few ideas, but I'm not sure just yet. Don't worry, I'm not gonna take like months to make an episode. Like, I promised you guys, I'm going to be doing this as many times as I possibly can. I'm not gonna film another episode after this. Like, I like to keep weekly, like, you know, take some time away from the internet, take some time away from just posting because I got myself all into the world of YouTube and posting every fucking time I can, and I honestly have felt so good not needing to, like, I literally wasn't worried about the podcast till like yesterday. Like, I was like, let me make an episode. Like, I haven't made an episode in a little bit. Let me fucking do one. So yeah, I like I said in the beginning of the year, I'm going to like step out of the YouTube world, step out of trying to create every fucking chance I get. Obviously, as you saw, I'm making music videos. I'm still making music. I'm actually making a film. I'm still working on my web series. I'm still doing things, you know? But like those are my priorities. Creating like real stuff is my priority. I'm not gonna just make videos of stupid things like I used to. Now, not to say I'm not gonna make another Among Us video because I really do want to make one, but that is not my priority. My priority is to get these like bigger projects done, like my music videos, my music, and all that stuff. So look forward to those stuff besides my podcast. My podcast is more of like the regular thing, like that's what you see me mostly doing, but that's not the only thing I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing everything else. It's all a matter of time and what I can do, because believe you me, I'm actually doing really cool stuff. I should mention this, honestly. I should be mentioning this because it's happening. Well, when you guys are seeing it, it already happened. But I'm working with my mentor on a short film. We've been spending months on. We watched the whole process from it just being a script to getting cast, getting what we're needing to get, and all that stuff. Maybe I'll vlog it. Maybe I'll like show on my Instagram, Soda Bomber 18. That's my Instagram. Pictures of behind the scenes if I can, if I'm allowed to. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But yeah, I'm doing that. I'm also going to be. I can't say too much because it's not my place, and I don't like. I don't know all the information just yet, but let's just say 2022 is a huge year for me, especially in the summer. And I won't get into it till the summer, but in the summer, big fucking things are happening, and oh my god, can't say much because it's not my place. But I'm really doing shit, guys. Like, you guys have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Maybe some of you guys do know what I'm doing because I have told you guys what I'm doing. But big fucking things are happening, and I'm so fucking excited. And this just goes to show you that people who like hate on you, who say like they're better than you, and then also say like all this stuff, like they don't fucking know what I'm doing. Like they don't know what the fuck's going on, and that's why I like that, honestly, because it just shows like how much they underestimate me, and I love that because when I do prove myself, it's usually huge. Like, people used to think I couldn't fight, or people used to like pick on me, and at one point I just got sick and tired of it, and I kicked people's ass. Like, I literally kicked people's ass who were taller than me. I was fucking scrawny and skinny, and I was able to overpower a lot of people, and I'm a lot stronger now. I work out. I have a lot of rage. Don't let this demeanor fool you, and that fools a lot of people, my demeanor, because normally I'm very shy, very awkward, but you fucking test me and I will go fucking ballistic. I will use all the energy I fucking have, and I will kick your fucking ass. So it's not a threat, it's a warning. All right, so enough rambling. I just had so much I needed to say this episode because I haven't seen you guys in like almost 2 weeks. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another episode, and Kazoon tight.